Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. If you're new here, my name is Jeremy Gray. I do a lot of travel vlogging and camera gear reviews and sort of like talks, kind of like the video that you're about to watch now. So if you enjoy that kind of content, feel free to click the subscribe button down below. It means a lot to me, and you can stay tuned for future content that I have coming out. But that's not what this is about. This is about the top 5 accessories for your new Canon EOS M50. So let's get right into that. So you just got your new Canon M50 and you're hyped. It's a great little camera. You can't wait to start vlogging or taking photos. I'm not sure what you bought it for, but either way, you're probably pretty excited. And this video is going to show you the top 5 accessories that I think are great for pretty much vlogging. Although all these kind of have multi-uses, there's only one accessory in this list that would very specifically be for video and not for photo taking, but everything else can go either way. So let's get right into it. So you just bought your new Canon EOS M50 and you're hyped to go out and shoot. And I'm assuming that you bought the body and it came with the kit lens, which is the 15-45 lens. And you should have bought yourself a memory card to capture all your photos and videos like this one. So because it doesn't come with a memory, oh that's film. That's film. You need an SD card like this one. You need an SD card. That was a really bad joke. I apologize for that. I just couldn't resist. I saw the film roll on the counter and I'm just like, let's put that in. Anyway, SD cards don't come with the camera. They're extremely cheap and inexpensive nowadays. You can go on Amazon and pick up a bunch. I recommend having at least 2 to 4, if not more, if you can afford it, because they are really cheap. But this camera does not come with an SD card, so this is not so much an accessory as it is a necessity. So definitely make sure you order some of these when you order your camera. With that aside, let's get into the real accessories. So you could go out and shoot with the camera right out of the box and get really solid footage and solid photos. There are definitely some things out there that will make your life easier, if not a lot easier. And I think every vlogger's first purchase for their camera is a GorillaPod. It was my first purchase when I bought the M50, and there's a reason for that. It's just a great little tool to use. It's very versatile. The legs can be used as a classic tripod style. You can wrap it around, so you can wrap it around like tree branches, or put it on a fence and mount it on there. And if you want, you can, what most people typically use these for, is to put the camera on and do like a selfie vlog style, so you have a little more reach, and it does give you a bit more stabilization if you're good at doing that sort of thing. And these things are great. They're really inexpensive. I went for the smaller model, not the DSLR model, because I got an M50 and it's a very small camera, and it works perfectly fine for me, and it's super easy to carry around. It weighs like nothing until you put a head on it. Now it does come with a head, which I took off because I don't like it. Sorry, Joby. But it has a small tripod plate, and it's just not great. So after you bought your GorillaPod, the second accessory that you want to buy is, so you want to pick up a new head for your GorillaPod, and this one fits on the GorillaPod. This is from a company called Colorado Tripod Company, and there's a few reasons I went with this one. It got good reviews, reason number 1. Reason number 2, it's a ball head, so you can move the ball around, so you can angle the camera a little differently if you need to. But the main reason I bought this was because the plate that comes with it, that goes on the bottom of the camera, actually doesn't block the battery door. So you can access your batteries and your memory cards without having to take the plate off, which is what I had to do with some of my other plates that I have. And it's also the Arca Swiss style quick release, so it goes with my other tripod that I'm using. So it's all universal together, but the tripod plate that comes with my tripod blocks the battery door. So that was a really attractive feature about this. It won't block your battery door. You can just leave the plate on at all times and you won't have to take it off unless you want to. So this is a great accessory to add to your GorillaPod. Another bonus is that it comes in this little bag. It's a soft, like, little plush bag, and I don't use it for the head because the head's always in the GorillaPod, but I actually use it in my bag to hold my 50mm lens with the CANON light adapter attached to it. It fits perfectly in there, and it's nice and safe and secure for a little extra protection, which is nice. I have a whole review on that setup with the Canon M50 over on my channel if you want to check that out. So after you've got your GorillaPod and you've got your new tripod head, the next thing you'll probably want to do is upgrade the audio quality of your videos. And I think that's very important to do because the in-camera microphone on the Canon EOS M50 it's subpar. It kind of sounds tinny, like metallic-y, like you're talking into a tin can kind of thing, and it just doesn't sound great. So I did what every other vlogger typically does, and I bought a Rode Video Micro, which is a great little microphone. I love the mic, and that could be like a sub accessory for this video. It's a great microphone. I'm using it currently to record this video, but the mic I want to talk about is different. So one day I'm scrolling the Instagram and I come across a video by a creator named Jesse Driftwood. If you're not familiar with him, I have no idea how you're here or not there. He's amazing. But so I did what every normal person would do, and I shot him a DM to ask him what's that tiny little microphone? Because that looks amazing. And he sent me a link and I bought it. And it's this. It's this tiny little Saramonic plug and play mic, they call it, because all you have to do is plug it in to the jack and it's good to go. There's no wires, you don't have to mount it on top of your camera. It's this tiny, look at this, tiny little microphone. And it's very simple. It just goes 90 degrees either way, and that's it. And I think, I'm not like a huge audio nerd or audio tech or anything like that, but I don't hear a difference. I'm a beginner vlogger, so for me it's perfect. I like to use this for if I'm trying to like incognito vlog, or maybe I'm a little embarrassed in public and I just want to have a small setup. It's perfect. It just sits tiny on the side of the camera, and it comes with the little dead cat, but this is much smaller than the Rode Video Micro, so I'm gonna call it a dead mouse. It comes with a little dead mouse poop ball to stop the wind, and even with this attached, it's just this little poof ball on the side of your camera, and no one really notices it, but when you have the microphone on, like the Rode Video Micro, they automatically know you're probably shooting video, and it just becomes more noticeable. So for day-to-day stuff, I love this thing. For more important stuff, or if I'm at home like I currently am, the Rode Video Micro is an amazing microphone, but this is much cheaper, much cheaper, and I personally don't hear a difference. I'm sure the Rode Video Micro can pick up sound further away than this one can, but definitely an awesome purchase. So my fourth accessory that I'm going to recommend for your new Canon EOS M50 is an external light source. And I think an external light source is important to have in a lot of different situations. You can use it on your camera to light yourself, you can use it off your camera, you can use it to light a subject. There's just so many things to use an off-camera light for. I'm currently using one now to put a little key light on my face because my room's not bright enough. But the light that I wound up picking, because there are so many lights in the market, like so many, and most people go for the Aperture series lights, and I personally do want to buy one as well, but for this video I wanted to go against the grain and choose a different light, which is less than half or more than half the price. Yeah, it's much cheaper than the Aperture mini lights, and it's probably not as good or doesn't hold the charge as long, but it's this light. And I would tell you the name of this light, but I don't know the company name. All the back says is VL100 LED battery light, made in China. Rose. Maybe Rose is the company, I don't know. But yeah, in all seriousness, I was just scrolling Amazon looking for lights. This one had good reviews and it was extremely cheap, like more than half off the Aperture lights. I'm sure it's not nearly as good with battery life, but that being said, I'll have a link for it down below. It'll be an affiliate link for Amazon, so you can check this light out for yourself. I don't know the name, it's just the item name on Amazon is just like a description of what the light is, like something 100, 5500 Kelvin, iPhone, Rode, mic, blah blah blah, like it just has a bunch of words in it, doesn't even make sense. But yeah, this is a great little light. And they have an even cheaper model, which has batteries, but I'm not doing batteries for this kind of stuff. And so this is rechargeable with a USB-C on the side right there. USB-C is kind of becoming the new norm, or they're trying to make it the new norm. And my phone takes USB-C, so really convenient. I should always have a charger in case this thing dies. But these are so cheap that I'm probably gonna buy like 2 more, if I'm being honest, because I do like it that much, and it's so tiny and light. It just fits right in your pocket or in your bag. So one of the big reasons I bought this light was to use in dark situations when vlogging. Now, when I was out in public going for somewhere for sunrise when I was away or something, I found, the Canon M50 with the kit lens doesn't pick up light too well in low light situations. I've talked about that in my Canon M50 review, and it doesn't do so hot. So I'm like, what can I use to just like put a little light on my face? But, so this is my solution. And you can just turn it on like that and make it even brighter. But if you just want like a little key light on your face, you can just turn it on. And it has a mount to go right on top of your camera. And then it even has another cold shoe mount right on top, so you can mount your Rode Video Micro right up there, which is pretty awesome. But then your kit's gonna be like really huge. That brings me back to another reason that I bought this mini microphone. I just didn't want to spoil the next product, which is the mini light, was I could put this on the side of my camera and this on top, and I can light myself and have good audio all at the same time without adding the Rode Video Micro on top of this thing and making it like huge. And this thing makes a huge difference. It really, really does. I'll show you right now. I'm gonna mount this on top of my camera and show you it off and then on. I'm gonna turn this light off here so you can really see the difference. Okay, so now that light's off. So now I've got it attached. It's very tall. But I'm gonna turn the light on. This is without the light on, and this is with my other light on the side off. It's just the lights in my room right now. So let's turn this light on and see the difference. I think that's a pretty good difference. difference. It really fills in your eyes, gets away with some shadows. So you could just use this light if you wanted to for your videos. You don't even need like a side light like this one, but that just adds a little more contrast and dynamics to your video. Either way, this isn't the same light. I said this is a replacement for this light because this thing is huge and takes 6 AA's, which is insane to me. 6 AA's. Rechargeable is the way to go. This light is awesome. So you can use it on top of your camera. You can use it behind you for a little hair light. You can use a few of them in the background for some like light shooting up. And just using this in the field is gonna be so helpful for me if it's like late at night or really early in the morning and the camera just can't pick up all that light and it looks really grainy and all that kind of stuff. So my 5th and final accessory for your Canon M50 is this. It's a variable ND filter, which is a neutral density filter, and it's very useful. This is by a company called Zome, and I actually do have a full review on this particular filter over my channel, so feel free to head over and check that out if you want a lot more details about this filter. But for this video, I'm gonna keep it simple and tell you basically why I think you need it, sort of. So if you're not familiar with what a neutral density filter is, and it stops a light over your camera, so you can keep your f-stop and your shutter speed where you want it, and you don't have to adjust those things, and you can make it nice. A lot of people call it sunglasses for your camera, and I'll show you why. This is what it does. So you put it in front of your lens, makes things darker, you see that? And basically it's variable because you're not locked into 2, 4, or 8 stops or anything like that. You could turn it and it gets darker and darker. Look how dark that is. You can't even see anything. But you probably would never use it that dark. And beware, if you do use it all the way, then you're gonna get a nice fat vignette, and no one really wants that. Basically, anytime I'm shooting outdoors, I most likely will have this filter attached. It's very useful, especially midday. Unless it's like a really cloudy day and you can get away with it, I'd say you will probably wanna use this outdoors. It's not so useful indoors for obvious reasons. You're probably controlling your light indoors like I currently am, and you don't need it inside. But outside, it's a gem. It's amazing, and it's saved my footage so many times, and it's always in my bag, and they are relatively inexpensive. There's obviously very expensive ones out there, but typically the smaller ones for small kit lenses like this M50 tend to run a little cheaper. So if you're shooting a manual and you want to keep your aperture and your shutter speed where they are while you're shooting outdoors, I highly recommend this. And if you're not shooting a manual, please figure out how. Watch some videos, watch some tutorials, because if you're not shooting a manual and you're shooting on automatic when you're vlogging outside, your light's just gonna keep changing on you. And if you don't care about that, if you want the camera to adjust for you throughout your video, that's cool. But if you're someone who's trying to like learn about cinematography and learn about videography, highly recommend picking one of these up so you can shoot a manual and control your light even more. There will be Amazon affiliate links for all the products down below in the description. Those links will bring you over to Amazon. And if you purchase anything through those links, it'll give my channel a small commission, which really helps this channel out and helps us to grow. And it's at no extra charge to you. Amazon pays me in the background. There's no extra cost. So I gotta tell you that, and I do appreciate it. So I think that about wraps up this video of the top 5 accessories for your new Canon EOS M50. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope this video really helps somebody out. I love these accessories. I use them on basically every time I shoot, and they really help me with my creative process a lot and make my life much easier. And here I am, really bad at outros as usual. I just never know what to say. So I'll just give you a bonus accessory because I can, and I didn't talk about this, and also it's a very important thing. Accessory number 6. If you buy the camera, it's most likely gonna come with 1 battery unless you get some kind of like bulk package with memory cards and this and that and whatever else it comes with. But yeah, it's gonna come with 1 Canon battery. So I went ahead and bought 2 third-party batteries. I went for the Wasabi Power brand, and it comes with this double charger. It came with 2 batteries, one's currently in the camera, but these are really cheap. The twin pack with the charger is cheaper than one of Canon's batteries alone, and I think they're better. I've had these batteries as long as I've had the camera. I ordered them like a week after I got the camera, and they last longer than Canon's stock battery, and they still do, and they work perfectly. And this charger is much smaller than Canon's stock charger, so I only bring this one around. I don't even know where my Canon charger is because I only use this one. It's much smaller, just a little base with a little USB. And you can even get an even shorter USB if you want, but it's super small, super compact, and the batteries last way longer than Canon's. So I'll have a link for these guys down below as well. And thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, leave a comment. If you like the video, leave a like. And if you want to see more from me, like I said earlier, subscribe. I've got some travel vlogs on my channel already, some gear reviews on my channel, and plenty more to come in 2020 and on. Let's keep doing this. We'll see you on the next one. Oh, I just finished recording the whole video and I realized that nowhere in the video did I say that this video is not sponsored by Canon or any other of the companies mentioned in this video. Rode, Zome, Colorado Tripod Company, the nameless light that's gonna come up, none of them. So yeah, not sponsored whatsoever. Adds a nice feel to your face and gets it's the other light, the small one. Small one's much better.